So hello, I'm Tammy Hetrick, Senior Trade Advisor with A.N. Derringer, and I'm here to talk to you today about import compliance programs, the 3 reasons why you should have an import compliance program. Okay, so let's start with reasonable care. So every company needs to be exercising reasonable care. So reason number 1. Okay, this is not optional. This is by regulation. So if you go out to Customs website today, look up reasonable care, you'll see the informed compliance publication on reasonable care. As you'll read, the regulatory requirements are to exercise reasonable care in carrying out all of your customs functions. So it'll give you a list of questions that you should be asking yourself to see if you are exercising reasonable care. And the 4th question on the list is, do you have a compliance program? So the expectation for Customs is that you will have one, because otherwise, how would you be able to show Customs that you are exercising reasonable care? So reason number 2 for a compliance program is risk management. So again, I used to work for Customs, then I spent 20 years in the private sector, probably sitting right where you are right now. And my number 1 job was basically to protect my company from risk, right? So risk management. So number 2. So the way that you're going to determine what you have for risk in your supply chain is to go through all of your basic functions and to do a risk assessment, and all of that is part of putting your program together. All right, so anybody who knows me knows that I'm not just about exercising reasonable care and risk management, right? So anybody who's hired me in the private sector to work for them, they hired me for this, really, to manage risk, right? And so they saw me basically as a drag on the bottom line. And I refused to be just a drag on the bottom line. My goal was always to contribute positively to the bottom line by making myself and my team a competitive advantage for the company. And now Customs is actually working with me in this endeavor. So for those of you who are familiar with TFTIA, the Trade Facilitation Trade Enforcement Act, know that Customs is now under mandate to look at their CTPAT and ISA programs, right? And their job is to increase participation in those programs. And the only way to increase participation in those programs is to make them beneficial to companies. So for those of us who participated voluntarily in CTPAT all of these years, I know we've all been scratching our heads and wondering, where are the benefits, right? Where are the benefits to this program? So now Customs is under mandate to actually create benefits that are quantifiable and tangible. And they're working with COAC and other trade groups to make sure that that happens. So folks who participate in the new CTPAT trade compliance program will have benefits associated with that are tangible, and that will give them an advantage over their competition who's not participating in these programs. So honestly, again, the 3 reasons for having a compliance program: meeting your reasonable care mandate, managing risk for your company, and competitive advantage. Really, there's never been a better time. Now's the time to get your program put together. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, who has time for this? This is going to be too complicated. It's not going to be worthwhile, etc. So stay tuned for the next video, where we're going to talk about how to put together a program that is simple, scalable, and sustainable.